अस्त्युत्तरस्यां दिशि देवतात्मा हिमालयो नाम नगाधिराजः पूर्वापरौ तोयनिधिवगाह्य स्थितः पृथिव्या इव मानदण्डः. We started with the entrance of Parameshwara. Athajinashadharaf pragalbhavak jwalanniva brahmamayena varchasa viveshakaschid jatilas tapovanam sharirabandhav prathamashramo yatha. It was as if Parameshwara, he entered inside in the form of Brahmachari. So he was shining with that Vedamaya Tejas and Pragalbhavak. Probably he was addressing the people inside and asking who is there. So his words were also very resounding words, you know. And Jatilaha, Jatadhari, Ashadhadharaha, Ajina and Ashadha. Ashadha is the Ajina is the skin and Ashadha is the dandam. He entered into Tapovanam. It was as if Brahmacharya Ashrama itself had taken on a form and entered. Parvati showed her Adhiti Satkara. Tam Atitheyi Bahumana Purvaya Saparyaya Pratyudiyaya Parvati Bhavanti Samye Abhinivishta Chetasam Vapur Vishesheshu Ati Gauravah Kriyaha. It's an Arthantaranyasa here. So the first part is what Parvati did to Parameshwara. She was an Atitheyi. Atitheyi, one who is Atithishu Sadhu, one who is Sadhvi, because it is Parvati, right? So Atitheyi, she who is very pleasing towards the Atithi. What has to be done, the honor that has to be done, Parvati does that in that manner. So Parvati, Atitheyi Parvati, Tam Brahmachari Veshadharinam Shivam Parameshwaram Tam Bahumana Purvaya Saparyaya, with a Saparya Puja which is involved with the honor also. Bahumana Purvaya, first she honored him and then did a puja. Prati Udiyaya, she approached him doing a performing a puja with the honor. So this is just simple, but the Vyakhyata brings out so many subtleties in the words here. Samye abhinivishta chetasam vishesheshu vapur vishesheshu ati gauravaha kriyaha bhavanti. In general, when those people whose minds are involved in samyam, samadarshinaha ye bhavanti. So they are those people whose chetas is abhinivishta. It is completely involved in samyam, in samadarshitvam, ragadvesha rahitatvam. So they look at everything with equanimity. Hence, vapur vishesheshu, if there is a person who is extremely handsome to look at, or there is that tejas that is there, he is a person of caliber which is showing out in their form itself, then towards those people, vapur vishesheshu, those who have a wonderful form or a particular form, an excellent form, towards those people, the people who have a samadrishti, their kriyaha, their actions are ati gauravaha. They show an extra gauravam, extra honor, the respect towards people who are exceptional to look at. Not just their beauty, outer beauty, but also the tejas with which, the caliber with which they are, you know. So this is the Arthantaranyasa. Inge vandu actually Mallinatha takes on a different form here actually. Samye solunga.
So the question is, so Samye Nivishta Chetasam means one whose mind is absorbed in this vision of Samyam, right? Samadrishti. So api edukku tesham api edukku sollano? Api
illa inge adudanga. See, the reading of Mallinatha is Samye api Nivishta Chetasam nirke. So this meaning completely changes. This reading changes the meaning. So inge eppadina, when there are two people who are equal, see, she is also tapasi nishtha vartate. Soapi tapasi nishtha ityeva darshanenaiva jnayate eva. Right? So samyam. there is an equality between Parvati and Parameshwara, who has come in disguise right now. Samye api, even though there is an equality, there is no competition here. She, I am also your equal, so you can also honor me, I can also honor you. Tatha, there is no competitive buddhi there or jealousy that is there. That's the idea here.
So
புரியுதா?
okay, புரிஞ்சது. அப்படின்னா there's no ego.
Ego clash இல்ல.
Okay, so vapur vishesheshu, right? So, which means with respect to people who are in some way distinguished in terms of their form of their vapur, right?
Yes.
But usually they don't care about that, right?
Outer beautyங்கிறது அவசியமே இல்ல, but they are able to recognize through the form. You don't take it just as an outer beauty here. Mallinatha says vyakti vishesheshu, in people, in generally in people அப்படிங்கிறார். Mallinatha takes it in a little bland way.
Whereas here in this reading Bhavanti
வேற மாதிரி எடுக்கிறார்.
இங்க எப்படி one more time can you
so இங்க வந்து it becomes an outside of the samasta padam, no? அது என்ன, அந்த ஏகதேச அன்வயித்வம். so samye abhinivishta chetah abhinivishtam chetah yeshanti. so samya gune samatve yesham chetamsi abhinivishtani vartante tesham jananam அப்படின்னு எடுத்துட்டு விடுறார். அவ்வளவுதான். So it doesn't matter whether the person in front of us is equal to us or not. There is no question of equality at all there.
And here also vapuhu doesn't mean just body, but generally speaking in terms of, is that
yeah vyakti visheshangra madri inge vandu konja vapur vishesheshu sharira vishesheshu tejo vishesha yukteshu ngrar. So we'll go over the vyakyanam and what he says. So devyaha tad vishayam pratipattim aha. Tad vishayam ityukte shiva vishayam pratipattim, her understanding of Parameshwara, or immediately how is her reaction with respect to Parameshwara. Parvati bahumana purvaya saparyaya tam pratyudiyaya she approached him with a mind to worship him. So atra Parvati ityanena, the moment the word itself Parvati, this is like parikara ankura alankara, mahakula udbhutatvat asyaha tathavida atithi satkara pravinyam dhanyate. So if you're in a kulam, if you've been born in a family which has like Himawat Parvata, for example, he is treated as the best among the mountains. That is why yam sarva shailaf parikalpai vatsam ityuktam purvameva, right? So they all, when go dohanam, that is bhumi dohanam was happening to get out all the oshadhis and ratna, the gems from the bhumi, they made Himavan as the Vatsam. So he knows the good rules and rules of how to interact with people, guests, etc. So that kulakrama agata niyamaha vartante. She has also seen those things in Himavan as she has grown up. So mahakula udbhutatvat, because she was born in such a great lineage. Tathavida atiti satkara pravinyam, she has that skill in performing atiti satkara puja.
So here a couple of questions. One is, okay, the pratyudiyaya mandu prati plus ut plus iyaya, right?
In gatau dhatu.
Okay, so it means she kind of like she rose up and went towards him and the mother.
Yes.
Okay, to receive the guests. And then the second, okay, so that was the main one. Second thing is pravinyam eppadi varum? Pravinyam dana?
Pravinyam da varano.
Okay.
Praveenaha,
okay.
But that is praveenangardu vandu edoda ktha pratyema irukkanna illa kushalaha iti illa oh, it's something else.
Like usually veena means skill, so skill is instrument, but here it just means kushala.
Kushala madri, kusham lati iti kushana lati iti kushalaha, right? It's a rudhyartha, even though there is a yoga artha. The same way here also, praveena iti prakrishta veena asya iti ingarthanala. So, प्रावीण्यं बहुमानः श्रद्धापूर्वं यस्याः तादृश्या सपर्यया पूजया. So बहुमानपूर्वया, bahumanah, actually bahumanam is usually respect. Here he is taking it as shraddha, devotion. So a puja which accompanies with a kind of shraddha. Puja arhana saparya cha. Usually saparya is a technical term that we use in Shaktam. The puja that is done to Devi is usually called saparya. It's a technical term in Shaktam. So what the Devi does here is saparya. So but here it is not the technical term that he takes. He only uses the meaning of puja here. So tam brahmacharinam pratyudiyaya pratyujjagama prati ut jagama, again gam dhatu ina gatau eva. So tatrapi lit upayajyate. Saparyaya pratyudgamanantarameva puja vidhanam. So saparyaya pratyudiyaya, she approached him, அது எப்படி வரும்ல, with a puja, with the worship. So it's actually the reverse here. She approached him by worshipping him and with the respect அப்படின்னு வரணும். So you can only go towards and then only do the puja vidhanam. ஆனா திருத்தியா வந்திருக்கு இல்ல, சகார்த்தமா வந்திருக்கு. What does Mallinatha say here? Bahumana purvaya gaurava purvaya saparyaya pratyujjagama. He avoids that. So we just take it as pratyudgamananantaram, after approaching she does puja. Yuktam cha etadasyaha ityaha atitheyi. It is fair that she also does the puja to him because atitishu sadhvi sa iti. Idella sutram, you know that pathi sadhu atitishu sadhu vasat, idikalla vandu dhany is the pratyaya, and then you have dittanandvaya saj matrachnala neep vardu adella. So uktam
usually you would have like, you know, like ini, right? I would have expected atiteyini, like I would have expected atiteyin for pum. Okay. And atiteyini for stri, but it's a difference here.
Different setup. Uktam artham arthantaranyasena samarthayati. Samye abhinivittachetasam vapurvishesheshu ati gauravaha kriyaha bhavanti iti. Samye samatve abhinivishtam sthiram chetaha yesham tesham. So ragadvesha rahityat samabuddhinam ityartah. Very clearly he is taking it as a combined clause here. Whereas the other reading, Samye, Api, even though they were equal, still she considered iti. Anena Vishesha Avagame Hetuhu Uktaha. So that's why they are able to, see, Ragadvesha Rahitatvat, they are able to pick out that this person is really good. See, if you have Ragadvesha, there can be a partiality involved in recognizing the qualities in another person. So he gives a nice shloka here. Raganjanamidam akshnoho vyanjayati prayasho gunan vishaye dveshanjanantu doshan anubhayasaktir vyanakti bhutartham. So raganjanam idam akshnoho anjanam nama, it is like a kajal for the eyes. So let's say ragaha is like the kajal for the eyes, attachment. So when you have attachment in your eyes, in your drishti, in other words, if you have an attachment towards some person, when you look at that person, then prayashaha vishaye, in that particular person, gunana vyanjayati. Gunan eva vyanjayati. You will only, love is blinding, yeah? So you are blind to the faults and you only look at the good qualities in the other person. It seems to manifest only the good qualities in that particular vyakti. Vishaya here refers to just a vyakti. That's all. Dveshanjanam. In other words, if akshnoho dveshanjanam vartate chet, if there is if our eyes, adana mai தீட்டுறதும் அந்த கண்ணுக்கு வந்து அந்த துவேஷம்ங்கிற ஒரு மைய தீட்டி வச்சிருந்தோம்னா, Adhikaga. So if your drishti is colored by dvesha, then what happens? Dveshan eva vishaye vyanjayati. It is only the faults that are being completely manifested in that particular person. So the dveshanjanam manifests doshan. Dveshanjanam becomes the prathama vibhakti, karta here. So yakshnoho raganjanam vishaye gunana vyanjayati. It manifests the good qualities because we have an attachment. And the hatred manifests the bad qualities in a person. Anubhaya saktihi. If someone has no attachment, or if someone does not have an attachment to either of those, ubhaya saktihi yatra navidyate. If he does not have an attachment towards either of those two, which is ragadvesha, then bhutartham vyanakti. Truth. Bhutartham is the true value of that particular person is manifested. It's a beautiful shloka. I don't know where he has taken this from.
Yeah, very nice shloka.
Let me check if I can find the quotation somewhere. I don't know. It's only there here. Maybe he wrote it, who knows. Vapur vishesheshu, sharira vishesheshu. So he just takes it as plain vyakti. Any people. Tejo vishesha yukteshu sharireshu ityarthaha. So if there is a tejas in that particular person, then ati gauravaha kriyaha bhavanti atyanta gaurava upetaha. The actions will have an extra gauravam towards that person. So kriyaha puja vidhayaha bhavanti upapadyante ityarthaha. So yadyad vibhutimat sattvam shrimad urjitameva va tattadeva avagachatvam mama tejomsha sambhavam. 10th I think this is 10th adhyaya. So anything that is special in people, which is Srimad Urjitam, which has that particular prosperity in an exalted way in that particular person, then Tattadevatvam Mama Tejo Amsha Sambhavam iti avagaccha. So understand it to be as an amsha of the power of the mahima that I have. So the masana margashirshoham alla vardalya. So each one, whichever is the shreshta tamam of that particular category, that which you considered as the best among that particular category, then that is a daivikamsha. So iti bhagavad vachanat mahajananam mahajaneshu bhagavad buddhya puja vidhau atyanta gaurava upetaha kriyaha sambhavantyeva. So it is natural that by this Bhagavad Vachanam, if you see the best among a person, you've encountered so many people, and you see this person coming in, and you see that tapas is there in him, and he seems to be the best among the tapasvis. Then immediately you recognize that Devamsha in him, Bhagavadamsha in him. So Bhagavad Buddhya, you think of that person as Bhagavan himself, and Puja Vidhau, in the process of doing worship, Atyanta Gaurav Upayataha Kriyaha Sambhavanti. It is natural that you start doing actions which are very including with respect. Correct da. You can have that only if you have a samabuddhi. Otherwise, adu varadu.
So, inga vandu vapur vishesheshu. Inga vandu pratipadikam is vapur
visheshaha. இது சொல்றது இல்லையா? இப்போ இப்படி எடுத்துக்கோங்க. சப்த விசேஷஹ. What do we say? அந்த மாதிரி.
Right, but the Vigraha Vakyam would be Visheshaha Vapu Yasya Saha, something like that.
அப்படி வராது. இவர் வந்து தேஜோ விசேஷ யுக்தேஷு ஷரீரேஷுன்னு போட்டிருக்கார். அதை விட வபுஷாம் விசேஷஹ, வபுர் விசேஷஹ, or வபுஹு விசேஷஹ யஸ்ய சஹ. Yeah.
Right. Which means the person who has some uniqueness
form.
in the form. Right? So it's about kind of Bahuvrihi rather, right?
Yes. Because we are looking at the person who has such a form. Adanal it has to be bahuvrihi. So that's why he says tejo vishesha yukteshu. Adu seriya varla. He just says sharireshu. That's all. In forms. He takes it as completely including the person within it also, instead of taking it as a bahuvrihi.
Okay.
அதை விட மல்லிநாதா takes it as vyakti vishesha in people அப்படின்னு ரொம்ப ஈஸியா எடுத்துட்டார்.
அப்படின்னா என்ன?
வியக்தி விசேஷம், some kind of people, அவ்வளவுதான். வியக்தி is an individual in individuals.
Oh, in individuals. Oh, I see.
அவ்வளவுதான். Even though there is an equality, yet in the matters of individuals, the actions are extremely with respectful for done by people who have samabuddhi. அவ்வளவு. கொஞ்சம் கஷ்டமா தான் இருக்குது. தமாதித்யேயி பகுமான பூர்வயா சபர்யயா பிரத்யுதயாய பார்வதி பவந்தி சாம்யே அபினிவிஷ்ட சேதசாம் வபுர் விசேஷேஷு அதிகௌரவா கிரியாஹ.
Even in vyakti vishesha also I would say vyaktinam vishesha vishayah. Is that vyakti vishesha vishayah? Isn't that
விசேஷங்கிறது பர்டிகுலர்னு எடுத்துக்கிறோம் இல்லையா?
So particular, but we mean the matter of a particular individual, right? We mean vishaya ultimately, right? Vyakti vishesha, that means it matters pertaining to individuals.
Okay. He takes Vishesha at the end of a compound is usually excellent. அப்படிங்கிற அர்த்தத்துல எடுக்கிறார்.
அந்த மாதிரி கன்ஸ்ட்ரக்ட் இருக்கு. அந்த மாதிரி.
ஆமா. அனுபாவ விசேஷாத்து அப்படின்னுட்டு ரகுவம்சத்துல இருந்து ஒரு ஆப்தேல பார்த்தேன்னா there are a couple of examples that he gives.
Vyakti shreshta, like shreshta, like okay, got it. Okay.
So vapusham visheshaha. அப்போ அதுதான் கரெக்ட்.
Okay.
So the best among the forms.
Okay, good. Okay. So vishesha is taken in terms of excellence.
Yes.
Okay.
Vidhi prayuktam pratigrihya satkriyam parishramam nama vinīya ca kshanam umam sapashyan rujunaiva chakshusha prachakrame vaktum anujjita kramaha. Saha Parameshwaraha. So vidhi prayuktam satkriyam pratigrihya. He takes or accepts satkriya, the honor that she does according to vidhi prayuktam satkriyam, the puja that she does, atiti puja that she does according to the rules. He accepts it, and then parishramam kshanam viniya, he quickly removes the viniya, he removes that fatigue that is there. Parishramam viniya na the shrama pariharam panninde na. Yeah. So parishramam viniya, having resolved his fatigue here, umam saha pashyan, he looks at Uma rujunaiva chakshusha, with a straight eye. There is no with an innocent or with just a straightforward look which has nothing inside, no kutilata nasti manasi. இதுல கிராத்தார்ஜுனியம்ல படிச்சோம் இல்லையா, ததாபி ஜிஹ்ம சபவத் ஜிகீஷயா இது. ததாபி ஜிஹ்மஹாவே கிடையாது. There is no jimma drishti at all for him. No kutila drishti. It's only straightforward eye, drishti, sight. So rijunaiva chakshusha umam pashyan, looking at Uma, anujjita kramaha, without transgressing the krama, the order or the way in which you have to talk to a woman. She is also a young lady who is unmarried. It's a different code of conduct that you need to follow. So without disobeying the code of conduct here, anujjita kramaha, without letting go of that krama order, vaktum prachakrame, he started to talk. There is this nama cha and all. நாமாங்கிறது வந்து is just as if he just he had parishrama And now that fatigue is gone, it seems. There was no fatigue for him. He just landed here. He was not walking from some long distance and then he had to wait for settling down his breath and then start talking tatha nasti. But it was as if he wanted to put on a show in that manner. So Devi Satkritasya Brahmacharinaha Vrittamaha Saha Vidhi Prayuktam Satkriyam Pratigrihya Kshanam Parishramam Viniyacha Nama Rujunaiva Chakshusha Umam Pashyanna Vaktum Prachakrame. It is just one full sentence here. So Sab Brahmachari Vidhitaha Shastrataha Prayuktam Vihitam Satkriyam Pujam Parigrihya. Having taken it, having accepted it, Swikritya. Kshanam Kanchit Kalam, for a moment. Parishramam Adhva Parishramam Viniya Apaniya. Having removed that tiredness that is caused by coming through in the Marga Parishramam, Adhva Parishramam. So he must have walked probably to this Tapovanam and hence he was feeling tired. So for a moment he took in all the honor that she gave and maybe had something to eat, something to drink. These are all part of Atiti Satkara. So Vidhivat Kritam Saparyam Pujam Swikritya Shramaparyaram Kritva Chakaraha Purvokta Satkriya Parigraha Samuchaye. Having taken that and getting rid of his tiredness. Nama Shabdaha Kila Shabdavat Aparamartha Arthavachi. So this Nama that is there here in the second line lyrically, Parishramam Nama Viniya Chakshamam. So Parishramam Nama is an Alikartha. It is a Mithya Vachakam. That's all. As if Abdin Solra Madri. It's like a Utpreksha here, Sambhavana. So Aparamartha. Paramartha nama truth, Satyam. Asatyartha Vachi Shabdaha iti. Kila Abdin Garche, isn't it Abdin Keponama? It can also mean it is a Asatya Vachi. It was as if he had Parishramam and he removed it. But in reality, he did not have it. So Parishramam Nama Avidyamana Adhva Parishrama Apanayam. Avidyamana Adhva Parishramaha. He Apanayam Nama, the removal of the fatigue that was not at all present there. Avidyamanam. It was not present. Kanchit Kalam Abhiniya Ityarthaha. He gestured, he made a farce of, taking Ashwasa Madri. Rijuna Vilasa Shunyatvat Avakrena. Vilasaha Nama Shringara Cheshta. So this was his actions were without any Shringara Cheshtava. So Rijunaiva Chakshusha. Eva Shabdaha Vilasasya Atyantabhavam Aha. So Rijunaiva Chakshusha. His eyesight was perfect. See, Parameshwara, his eyes were very clear, very straightforward, but his words were speaking something else. We will see in the conversation that comes forth. Eva Shabdaha Vilasasya Atyantabhavaha. That Shringara Cheshta was completely absent in his mind. In his eyesight. So Chakshusha Netrabhyam, with both his eyes in Edthikla, illa Jatau Ekavachanam, or you can take it as his Drishti. You don't need to take it as Jatau Ekavachanam with an eye that is straightforward, with a straight eye. He spoke, Abdingro, which means he doesn't have just one eye there. Yeah. It's an expression that we use in English also. So, Umam Parvatim Pashyanna Vilasa Shunyena Chakshusha Darshanam Ati Pravriddha Raga Gopanartham. He loves her so much that Pravriddha Ragam, because of her tapas, he also feels that it is the right time to go and accept her, but he covers it up with his sight that is very straight. So, Pravriddha Raga Gopanartham Evam Vilasa Shunyena Darshanam Vartate. His eyes are very clear because he wants to cover up that ragam that he has inside himself. That comes out in the words later. So, raga swabhava anabhijnanam balanam swabhavaha anena prakatikrataha. He seems to have exhibited the swabhavam of children, those who do not even understand what is raga. Raga bhava, raga swabhava, anabhijnanam. For people, for kids who don't even know about love, how would they react? You know, how would they look at others? So, அந்த மாதிரி he is portraying such an innocent look அப்படிங்கிற உக்தம் ச ஸ்ரீ கிருஷ்ண விலாசே. This is a kavyam which is just a 4-act kavyam. I have a feeling the shlokam is not correct here. Let me check if I can find out the shloka. Mugdha bhavam prathayanneva param aste ஒரு மாதிரி கண்டுபிடிச்சேன், but I think the shloka there is some difference. Paramaste pureva mugdha bhavam prathayanneva sannidhau. Oh, it is there. Okay. Oh, there are totally 7 sargas which are available. It is a Shri Krishna Vilasam is a kavyam
Written by a Kerala poet.
Enma?
Written by a Kerala poet.
I think so. Actually, the Shri Krishna Vilasa, the first description of some mountain or something is there, which is word to word many shlokas compared to the Himavat Parvata Varnana here. So they say that this Krishna Vilasa Kavyam is earlier to Kalidasa. I don't know how that is. So param aste pureva mugdhabhavam prathayanneva sasannidhau jananam vijaneshu vilasineshu tasya vyasrijan arjavam ikshana ukti hasaha. Tasya mugdhabhavam prathayanneva saha jananam sannidhau param mugdhabhavam pura iva prathayanneva asta. Krishna stood in front of everybody, Jananam Sannidhau, in the presence of everybody. He was showing his Mugdhabhavam, his innocence, as it was before, as he was a child, just like how he was. Maybe this is written by Sukumara Kavi. So just as how he was before when he was a child, in the same manner he was standing and showing off his innocence in front of people here. I'm trying to check if I can figure out where this shloka is. Vijaneshu vilasineshu arjavam ikshana ukti hasaha vyasrijan saha pura iva param asta he stood. Another? This is, I think it is about Krishna who is later in his எந்த சர்க்கம்னு எனக்கு தெரியல, somewhere it's there. Anyway, forget it. It's okay. So arjavam ikshana ukti hasaha. Ikshanam his eyesight, ukti his talk, and hasaha all of his words with respect to Vilasini, with respect to the women, Vijaneshu, in Rahasyam, when people are not at all there, when he interacts with the women, either whether it is his Ikshanam, you can take it as Gopi, just as how he behaved with the Gopis when he was very young before, when he was alone with them, his eyesight or the words that he used or his laughter, they were all without any touch of ragam at all. There was no Shringara Bhava there. The Bhavam there was completely innocent. Mugdha Bhavam Pura Iva. Just as how he showed it during the Gopi interaction. In the same way, later also, when he was interacting with women, he was showing that innocence, the same kind of innocence here. Vyasrijan Pura Iva Asta, he stood. Tathabhutasanna vaktum prachakrame arabdhavan. In the same manner, Parameshwara also, he started talking in the same manner. He Rijunaiva chakshusha. Napi raga.
This commentator is it Bhattatri? Is it this commentator?
Edukku? Illiye. This is Narayana Pandita. This is not Bhattatri. Later, much later than.
Much later, but still, I think he is in that tradition that Krishna's.
நிறைய பேர் வந்து if you see in Kerala there is a big movement towards Krishna இல்ல அது வந்து அப்படிதான் இருக்கு because Guruvayurappan is also there இல்ல
So I think and the influence, like, I think he's saying, he's bringing out this kind of shloka.
ஆமா ஆமா so it's I think it's okay there are many such இதுல எந்த சர்க்கம் 7 சர்க்கம் இருக்கா 4 சர்க்கம் இருக்கான்னு தெரியல பட் I was just trying to see if the original விட வேற ஏதாவது மாறி இருக்கான்னு I didn't know if the words were the same or not, I was just more concerned about it. இல்ல காணோம் anyway नापि राग आधिक्यात् आत्मनः समीहितम् एव अर्थवादौ पृष्टवान् नापि राग आधिक्यात् आत्मनः समीहितम् एव okay hold on अर्थम आदौ पृष्टवान् so napi raga adhikyat atmanah raga adhikyat because Parameshwara has so much of affection towards her samihitameva artham adau prishtavan he did not ask immediately okay I like you let's marry can we go and ask can I go and ask your hand from your adella illa inge he did not immediately ask for what he desired samihitam artham adau eva na prishtavan raga adhikyat yatah it is ujjita krama then which means he is transgressing the rules of codes of conduct here so he did not disobey the codes of conduct in fact he followed it anujjita kramaha so anujjitah aparityaktaha kramaha vachana kramaha yena saha kushala prashnam arabhya starting from kushala prashnam that is how are you do you get everything what you need are you happy all that you don't start off by saying listen I want this tapascharana karana prashna paryantah starting from kushala prashnam starting from asking how are you doing to tapascharana karana prashnam why are you doing such a tapas because your form doesn't seem to vapuhu vyabicharati your form doesn't seem to be a form that is born for doing such extreme tapas then why are you doing this tapas so he can't directly go and ask why are you doing this tapas so vakshyamanaha vachana vinyasa kramaha atra krama shabdena vivakshitah so the kramam the order in which he asked questions is he will ask questions is being mentioned here by the word krama சரியா विधि प्रयुक्तां प्रतिगृह्य सत्क्रियां परिश्रमं नाम विनीय च क्षणम् उमांच पश्यन् उमां स पश्यन् रजुनैव चक्षुषा प्रचक्रमे वक्तुम् अनुज्झितक्रमः the first shloka he is asking is apikriyartham sulabham samitkusham jalanyapi snana vidhi kshamanite api swashaktya tapasi pravartase shariramadhyam khalu dharma sadhanam api kriyartham whatever actions that you need to do the rituals kriyayai samitkusham sulabham api sulabham is it is it easy for you to get samit and kusha grass and samit and all for your actions the rituals that you want to perform jalani api the waters also that you need snana vidhi kshamanite are they conducive for your snanam because in tapovanam there are different seasons that keep going on and you have to the waters could be cold it could be hot we don't know according to the season it could change we saw how she did during the different seasons so it could be extremely cold and it may not be tolerable to take a bath in those waters so are you getting water which is conducive kshamam for you to do your snana vidhi Api Swashaktya. Now, this is the part. வாத்தியார் எப்பவுமே சொல்லுவார், அது பாருமா இந்த ஸ்லோகங்கள்லாம் வந்து, look at the first half will always be Rijunaiva Chakrusha. The second half will reveal the concern and the love that Parameshwara has for Parvati. The second one addresses her Shariram. Swashaktya tapasi pravartase. Are you, involving yourself in tapas according to your Shakti? I hope you are not going beyond what you can, because shariram adyam kalu dharma sadhanam, dharmasya sadhanam, the tool for doing dharma is shariram. First and foremost is shariram. Don't neglect that. His connection Parameshwaranoda idula paathelna, I think in Tanjavur there is a painting of Tripuraharam. adla vande his eyes and his smile or kanna matram will be krodha yuktam. Okay, extremely angry eyes. You have to cover his face there, cover his mouth there. The moment you cover his eyes, his mouth will be smiling actually. So he can display two actions at the same time, two bhavam at the same time. Adhaadu the action of Tripura Daham is just as simple as he just smiles, and he can do it with just a smile. He doesn't have to use the arrow, bow, adallam kedaiyadhu. And the kobam kuda venungra avashyam illa. Or just with his eyes and netragni, he is capable of completely destroying the Tripura. But there is an avatara karyam there for everything. All of them had to come together to kill them. Adukkaga he accepted this kind of a form there. Ana adu அந்த ஸ்மைல்ல ரிவீல் ஆயிடும் தெரியுமோ இல்லையோ, அந்த மாதிரி இங்க the first part is just a direct question, normal question that you ask anybody, how are you? The second is, you have a limitation here. Your body is your limitation. Are you taking care of your body here? அப்படின்னு கேட்பார். தத்ர தாவத் முனிஜனேஷு உச்சிதம் குஷலம் பிருச்சதி த்ரிபிஹி ஸ்லோகைஹி. So he is asking kushala prashnam in 3 shlokas here. That is appropriate to be asked to a muni, to a sage. So tatra adau tapas sadhana sampattim pritchati is asking about the tools for tapas. Kriyartham samitkusham sulabham api, is it easy for you to get? So homadi kriya eva arthaha prayojanam yasya tat, so kriyartham. So the homam itself is the prayojanam here. Performing the homa, that kriya itself is the prayojanam. And for that, samit kusham, samidhaha, kushaha, samit kusham, ekavad bhavi. So kushaha darbhaha, sukhena labhyate. So sarvaha dvandvaha vibhasha ekavat bhavati iti ekavad bhavaha. So napunsakancha. Sorry.
What is ekavat bhavi, Modi?
ஏகவத் பாவம்ங்கிறது அந்த பாணிபாதம் ஒரு எக்ஸாம்பிள் படிச்சிருக்கேன் இல்லையா, சமாஹார துவந்தம்ங்கிறோம் இல்லையா, அதுதான் ஏகவத் பாவி. சுகேன லப்யதே இது சுலபம். ஈஷத் தூசு, ஏன் இந்த லோகத்துல he is giving too many sutras here. கிருச்ர அகிருச்ரார்த்தேஷு su dus, these two are there. Sulabha durlabha. So khal iti khal pratyaya. Abhishabdaha prashnarthe. So apihi samuchchaye and prashne. You can have both. Samuchchayam api, this also samye api, even though ngra arthathilum varalam. Tava tapovana iti sheshaha. Tava tapovane iti sheshaha. In your tapovanam, is it easy to get samit and kusham? So tava tapovane homadi angabhutani samit kushadini sulabhani kachit. Is it easy for you to get the angabhutam for homa etc, like samit and kushagras? Is it easy for you to get it? So samidadini tapasaha sannipatya upakarakani angani. Sannipatyam is avashyam, that which has to be attained, avashyaka, this thing. So those which you definitely need, are you getting all of these things? So sannipatya upakari is that which have to be obtained nearby. You can't keep on wandering everywhere to get the Samit and Kusha because it is a daily necessity that you need. Upakaranam. Atha आरात् उपकारकाणाम् अंगानाम् अपि संपत्तिं पृच्छति. Other things also he is asking about, which have to be available nearby. Only if there is water, there should be an availability of the grass and samit that you need for your daily rituals. So jalani te snana vidhi kshamani api. Jalani tava ashrame vartamanani, the waters that are there near your ashrama, te atyanta nirmala sharirayaha tava snanam eva vidhi snana vidhi. So te, for you who seem to have even though we know that certain things are available, still it is a formality to ask. This is called small talk. You ask certain things. It is like the weather. That is an icebreaker for a conversation. These are all the icebreakers for a conversation between two sages probably, who are in that practice. So, atyanta nirmala sharirayaha. You seem to have a form which is very pure. So, do you get waters to take a bath properly? So, snanam eva vidhi, snana vidhi, tasmin kshamani yogyani kachit. Are they fit for taking bath? So, tava ashrame vartamanani jalani bahuni nirmalani kachit. Are they kachit nale? Is it? Abdin kaha kekra. अतः सर्वस्यापि कर्मणः प्रधानभूतस्य शरीरोरूपस्य अंगस्य अक्लेशकरे तपसि प्रवृत्तिं पृच्छति. So he is asking if the anga bhutam is the shariram, that is the pradhana bhutam. It is the important part that is needed for any kind of tapas. If your body itself is gone, if you are not able to maintain your body, you cannot enter into proper tapas. So you have to first take care of your body. That is why Patanjali, who has written Yoga Shastra, has also written an Ayurveda text, supposedly. I don't know what that text is called, but he has written a text on Vyakarana Shastram, Yoga Shastram and Ayurveda Shastram. If you need to enter into Yoga Shastra, you need a proper body, for which you need Ayurveda. Akleshakare tapasi pravrittim pritchati. He is asking about her tapas, which is not giving her any trouble. Akleshakara. Swashaktya tapasi pravartase api atmashakti anusarena tapasi pravartase kaschit. Tapasi sharirasyapi samidadivat angatva pratipadana mukhena. The shariram is also an anga for tapas, just like samit, etc. In order to ask about the shariram, he is saying swashaktya, according to your shakti, according to your capabilities, are you engaging in tapas? Tapasi pravartehe prashtabhyatam upapadayati. The reason why he is asking is shariram adyam khalu dharma sadhanam. So khalu shabdaha prasiddha. So indeed, inge indeed na undurradu. Adyam ityanena samidadi vyatirekam darshayati. This body is something different from samit, etc. Because the first and foremost thing that is necessary is the body. Without a body, you cannot enter into dharma sadhana. So dharmasya sadhanam, the tool for dharma is shariram. Yatha samidadi nam angatvam shruti smriti prasiddham tatha sharirasya pradhana angatvam api loke bhitti chitra nyayena prasiddham eva. Bhitti chitramangarthukku, what do you need? What are all the items that you need to paint? Abdin keta, you can't start with brush, paint, this color, that color. Abdin illa. You first start off with the bhitti. Bhitti is the background. You need a canvas, you need a paper, some kind of a background. So bhitti chitra nyayam ityukte, the first thing that you need is shariram. Only if this body is present, you can then go and searching for samit, etc. for your tapas.
So, Bhitti Chitram is not murals where you need a wall.
Adinama, it is, but it's a nyayam. Any nyaya is a maxim that you use in a context. ஒரு காலத்துல வந்து they probably started off by doing on walls. பித்தி சித்திரம், பித்தியே இல்லாத நீ எப்படி சித்திரம் வரைவ? அதுதாங்க. It's, you don't take it literally. இல்லையா? எனி இப்ப பழமொழி எடுத்துட்டா லிட்டரலா எடுத்துக்க மாட்டோம். திஸ் இஸ் லைக் அ பழமொழி தானே. शीर्यते इति हि शरीरम् उच्यते तस्मात् रक्षण अभावे तत् सद्य एव शीर्येत. He is saying शरीरमाद्यं खलु धर्म साधनं. मुन्नाडियெல்லாம் वपुर विशेषेषु देह adella he used all those words. He is using the word sharira here to indicate that शीर्यते iti sharira, that which becomes destroyed easily if not taken care of. Rakshana abhave, if it is not taken care of, sadya eva shiryate, it immediately gets destroyed. So na tad abhav nacha tad abhave tapascharitum shakyam. It is not possible to do tapas if you don't have your body. Tapasi tat shakti anusaranam api prashtavyameva iti abhiprayah. He takes it in a very straightforward manner, saying that you need your shariram. If it gets destroyed, then you won't have anything to do tapas. Hence Parameshwara is asking about her body also. Chariya. अपिक्रियार्थं सुलभं समित्कुशं जलान्यपि स्नानविधिक्षमाणिते अपि स्वशक्त्या तपसि प्रवर्तसे शरीरमाद्यं खलु धर्मसाधनम्. Okay.
This is the famous quote, right?
Yeah.